We got a couple follow-ups for a story we talked about on Tuesday and then a story we talked about on Wednesday. The one we'll talk about first is the only one I don't have a graphic for because I didn't know about it until we literally just started the show. So this was a follow-up to what we talked about on Tuesday, which was the Tua Tagovailoa news that he is starting. Go check out that video. If you're on YouTube, it'll pop up somewhere above us because I'll go ahead and do that for you. So you just have to click that. But Dave, we had mentioned, or you had mentioned that like Ryan Fitzpatrick, great guy, real cheerleader on the sideline. Well, I guess that's not the case.
This time around.
This time around, not the case.
In the past, everything's been incredibly positive. But apparently, we had missed out on this because we were obviously doing the show. But there was a press conference and an interview with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he looked destroyed. And his comments followed in sort. It hurt me as a person because I'm like...
You're like, I just talked him up.
This is such a great guy, and you're making him feel this way. Like, I'm so excited for Tua, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of hope the Dolphins eat him.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, there was conference calls that went out that day where CBS puts it, Fitzpatrick told reporters Wednesday, however, that the big switch was a surprise to him, and not that, but it broke his heart. My heart just hurt all day, Fitzpatrick said during a conference call, explaining that he was shocked when Coach Brian Flores informed him Tagovailoa would be taking over, then begun to ponder whether he played his last game in the NFL. I basically got fired yesterday, he added, and my day today consisted of Zoom meetings with the guy who fired me and sitting in a room with the guy who replaced me for 4 hours. Talk about being transparent. Fitzpatrick, who led the Dolphins to a 3-3 record this year, positioning Miami just one game out of first place in the AFC East with a bye on tap, made clear with his comments that Tagovailoa's sudden promotion was in fact a surprise inside the building. Dave, I have thoughts on this already, but what are your thoughts on this? Because even you added before we started, there was an extra layer of where his son found out about it via Twitter before he heard it from his dad.
Yeah, it's just, letting word get out that quickly. I get it. We're in a very quick media escape where getting the scoop on, stuff by minutes is huge for these guys. And people just want to spread word as fast as possible. But, like, when it comes to people losing their jobs, maybe you don't have to be maybe as an organization you can do a better job and not leak that out quickly.
Do we know who leaked it out for sure, though?
What's up?
Do we know who leaked it out for sure, though? Yeah, okay.
Of course, because it's unnamed sources.
Yeah, but like for me, it's like if it's a player or someone like that, like of course be mad at them. But like, or no, if it's a player, it's more on the side of like, come on, you really got to do that. And then if it's a front office thing, it's like at least let him tell his family. I'm assuming that it was someone not in the front office, that someone found out and then leaked it out. Someone who wasn't supposed to, and I'm assuming they're going to get punished behind closed doors.
A lot of those contacts are in the front office. They're on the business side of things.
Yeah, but it could have been someone that was like, hey, I'm gonna leak this out because I thought we could, and then someone higher up from them, like the GM or something, could be like, no, you fuckface, I didn't tell you to do that. What are you doing there?
We're having an announcement coming out in like 10 minutes. Like, give a minute here.
But like, for me, I've got mixed thoughts on this, where it does, like, I do feel for Fitzpatrick because getting fired from a job sucks. But at the same time, I'm kind of, is the word cynical? Is that the word I'm going to use here? There's a part of me that's like, you knew this was going to, like, it wasn't a shock that Tagovailoa was eventually going to start this year. Like, was it a shock that it happened now? Yeah, but like, also you can blame COVID for that because, as we talked about on Tuesday, I guess the plan was to start Tua at the bye week, and the bye week just got jumped to week 7. So, of course, you could blame COVID for this. There's a part of me that's just like, we knew this was going to happen. So, like, it sucks that it happened so soon because, like they said, 3-3, one game out of first place. The whole thing about the not being able to tell the son, yet again, it's a shitty situation and it sucks. But at the same side, I'm on the other coin of like, Twitter is like, that's the world we live in. Love it or hate it. Like you can't go on your phone and be like, well, I'm not going to get anything spoiled today, because guess what? You might have something spoiled that you did not want to. Like example, this has nothing to do with football. But one of the podcasters I was watching that has been talking a lot about the like political world, said he was doing podcasts all day and was like, in one of the podcasts, I'm going to check my Twitter, see what's going on. And he hit refresh, and it was the day Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. And he was like, boom, I was like frozen for the rest of that podcast. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's also an understanding like that's the world we live in with social media, love it or hate it. And then the last thing, it's like, I don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick has played his last game, because there will be teams next year that will need a quarterback. Right now. Cowboys? You're right talking now. About if Jacksonville, if he's on the market, maybe they bring him in to compete with Gardner Minshew, because maybe they don't think he is the future after this year.
I think that the Cowboys are trying to get him right now.
Okay.
That's what it's not next year. It's a right now. It's Andy Dalton is not good enough. Ryan Fitzpatrick will sling the ball. Yeah, he could be traded this year, or I'm saying in the free agency, somebody's going to pick him up. It sure feels like he's done with that clubhouse.
Well, yeah, he's done with the Dolphins.
That's what I'm saying. Like now, he's done with them. Yeah. I don't know that he's going to stick around for another couple weeks.
I mean, if they don't trade him, he's got to stick around the rest of the year.
You can demand a trade.
Yeah, but I mean, the trade deadline is week 8. So one more week? If they don't trade him, you're stuck on the team for the rest of the year.
Yep.
But
I mean, it's the whole he can drag his feet. He can make it as miserable as possible if he wants to. If he wants to get challenged about it, he can.
I don't think he will be, but yet again, I don't know Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I think he gets traded. I think he's done. I think he's done with that team.
Yeah, I mean, like Eric said, Fitz was never the long-term guy for the Dolphins anyways, but you feel for him. You feel like it coming out of nowhere. And it had to be fucking hella awkward to have a 4-hour conference call right after hearing that you got fired, and then sitting in it I know me, I would be seething. I would just be looking at Tua like, I fucking hate you. Because that's who I am. I would just be like, fuck you. You took my job. Why should I even be here? But yet again, I'm not the same guy that we talk about, even with Alex Smith. I'm not that kind of guy. I usually don't take the high road, Dave. I'm taking the low road each and every time.
When they hit
when they hit high, we hit low. Oh man. But
when they go low, Ricky also goes low.
Yeah, I go lower. But basically the Space Jam song from the Monstars. I hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em high. You hit 'em low, baby. That's where I go. Hit 'em low.